What's up, y'all? It's your girl Danielle. Welcome back to my channel. So I am in the car sitting in a parking lot in front of one of my favorite stores. What store do y'all think that I'm sitting in front of? Well, let's take a few things into consideration. One, it's Tuesday. That should be a dead giveaway right there. It's Tuesday and I'm slightly hungry, and I have a lot of favorite stores, but I've shown y'all like 2 or 3 stores. So with all of that information, you should be able to guess what store I'm sitting in front of. If you said Sprouts, you are dead right. Okay, you are dead right. That is because it is Tuesday and I'm here for another edition of the Tuesday Vegan. So yesterday, I started talking to one of my coworkers about wine. He asked me, if I had any good suggestions for a good wine. And so I started running down the list of the wines that I like, because I like my wine, y'all. He got to saying like, yeah, I just want to go home and have a glass of wine and, cook me up like some steaks and potatoes. And I was just like looking at him like, dog, you making me hungry. So I got to thinking, okay, I'm not really a big fan of red meat. One, let's start this. I tell y'all all the time, I am not a vegan. I'm not vegan, but on Tuesdays, I try out different vegan food, different style of vegan food, just, for healthier options and to get myself into a different way of eating, a healthier way of eating, basically. And so on Tuesdays, I try different meals that are inspired by meals that I already like. But back to what I was saying, I'm not a heavy red meat eater anyway. Like, I don't like red meat. The main things that I pretty much eat are like fish, shrimp, and like turkey. I don't even eat that much chicken. So because I don't eat that much red meat, and it's a very rare occasion. The only time I really eat red meat is when I eat like tacos. Like I get like shredded beef tacos, because shredded beef tacos, if you ever had a shredded beef taco, bomb. But we're not talking about beef, chicken, turkey, fish, none of that. We talking about vegan today. So I am trying to figure out a way to make steak, but vegan. So that is my mission today. I'm gonna go in Sprouts and I'm going to see if I can get like, I guess, some mushrooms, because I was Googling earlier on how to make like vegan steak. So there was like portobello mushroom steak recipes. There was seitan steak recipes. There was tofu steak recipes. And then there was like, you can make like steak from scratch. You can make like, I guess you're making a seitan, or you're making a mixture that resembles a steak-like texture. So I don't know what type of steak I'm trying to mimic. I kind of want Salisbury steak. So I'm gonna look up some vegan Salisbury steak recipes and see if I can get the ingredients out of the store to create that creation. So let me get in the store, get all my stuff, and we about to figure out how to do this. All right, y'all, let's get it. Okay, y'all, with the tremendous help of Google, I think I figured out everything that I need. I have some Worcestershire sauce. I think that's how you say that. I never can say that right, but as you can see, it's vegan. Then I have some organic black beans, some bouillon sauce, no beef, no chicken. It's a vegetable base. It's a paste. Then I have my Earth Balance buttery spread, some red bulgur, then a Vital wheat gluten, breadcrumbs, whole wheat flour, and some onions. And then I just got some green beans and some red potatoes, because those are going to be my sides for this dish. Okay, to start the process, I began with my potatoes. I just diced up my red potatoes, threw them in a pot of water, and cooked those over medium heat and let those continue to cook while I prepared everything else. Now it's steak time. So in about 1.5 cups of water, I'm going to add 1.5 teaspoons of that bouillon base. You're going to stir it up a little bit, just to dissolve the base just a little bit. Then you're going to let it boil, and then you're going to add your bulgur. And you're going to stir that up. And cover it and let it boil. Now you're going to check the status. Yes, it's boiling. So then you're going to apply the lid back onto the pot, but this time you're not going to put it all the way on. You're going to leave it slightly tilted. Once you finally get your lid right, then you're just going to reduce the heat and simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. While you're waiting on your bulgur, you're going to prepare your beans. You're just going to put your black beans into a large bowl and you're going to mash them up just as you see me doing. This could be done with a food processor, but unfortunately, since I don't own one, I gotta do this the old-fashioned way and use some elbow grease. You want to mash the beans until there's no whole beans left. When you're finished, it should look something like this, just like refried beans. With the Vital Wheat gluten, breadcrumbs, Worcestershire sauce, paprika, onion powder, and garlic powder, I'm going to add my bulgur to the beans and all of those ingredients. Now it's time to get my hands dirty, but before I use my hands, first I'm going to use my fork to slightly fold in all of the ingredients together, and then I'm going to use my hands. So at this point is where I'm going to start using my hands. Basically, you're just going to take your hands and you're going to knead together all the ingredients. Just mixing and folding, mixing and folding, pushing together. Surprisingly, all of the wet ingredients absorb to the T the dry ingredients, so your hands don't really get that dirty. And the more you fold, the more you mix, the more you push it all together, it starts to form a thicker consistency. So you're going to just keep on doing it, keep on folding, keep on pushing together until all of the ingredients come together. And when you're done, it should be just like this, like a nice solid piece that you can hold in both hands without falling apart. Then you're just going to take your mixture and you are going to separate it into sections. This makes about 4 pieces. So you're just going to take it, press and shape, and fold it into your desired size patty. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. Have 4 non-meat steak patties. Then in a large skillet, I took a little bit of grapeseed oil and seared each patty 3 minutes on each side. Then flip your patties over and again 3 more minutes. And when you flip them over, please use a spatula. For whatever reason, every time I shoot videos, I can never find my proper kitchen utensils, hence the ratchet pot, so excuse the pot. And last, it's gravy time. In a saucepan with about 1 tablespoon of that Earth Balance buttery spread and half of a small onion, I am going to saute those onions in that buttery spread for about 6 to 7 minutes. And this is what it looks like after about 7 minutes. Nice and caramelized onions. You're just going to give it a quick stir. Add some water. Then you're gonna add some more of that bouillon base. Stir it up just to dissolve it a little bit. Then you're gonna add some soy sauce and your wheat flour. And you wanna make sure you stir it. Making sure you pay attention to that wheat flour, breaking up all the little chunks that don't seem to break up. Just get them all broken up and continue to stir. Then you're gonna bring this mixture to a boil, and once it's boiling, then you're gonna reduce the heat and simmer while stirring occasionally. I simmered mine for about like 5 to 6 minutes. Then you're gonna remove from the heat and let it cool for about another 5 minutes. And we're done, guys. Dinner is served. Look how good this looks, y'all. I have my potatoes that I just mashed up, put a little bit of almond milk and some of that Smart Balance butter in, and I seasoned to taste with salt, pepper, and garlic salt, and I just steamed my green beans. And then the Salisbury. Just a little closer look at the steak. That's the steak and the gravy. You guys, this meal was very good, very filling, and you didn't feel heavy. The steak had a very good consistency of meat. And I think that's key when it comes to eating vegan. You need to make meals that mimic the things that you like so that you don't feel like you're missing anything. It was seasoned to perfection and it had a meat-like consistency and it was just good. I definitely would make this again. So until next time, like, subscribe, and please leave a comment, and I will see you guys in the next Tuesday Vegan.